Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Okay, you have found yourself a seated position, one that is both sturdy and comfortable. And your eyes can be either closed or open. If they are open, your gaze is directed softly, yet clearly downwards. Just settle right here. Let the to-do list that you have simply be a figment of your imagination and set it aside. And allow the past from which you have experienced be completely empty. Return to where you always are, which is here and now. And notice what you notice. Various smells in the room, the sounds of cars passing by outside, the low hum of a refrigerator, the aching sensations of your back or maybe itchingness of your feet, pressure, the sound of my voice, the grain in the wood on the floor. Notice your experience right here. And as you notice experience, also notice the breath. there's this gentle in and out rhythm of breathing. And without you thinking about it, it happens. The belly rises and falls. Air passes through the nostrils, then out again. Study this. What is it like to breathe? And likely I'm catching you right now thinking. You were told to pay attention to experience, to the breath, but then you start thinking about the things you need to do before class, or the things that you need to worry about, whatever. But just notice how when you are thinking, rather thinking without knowing that you're thinking, lost in thought, you're no longer with the breath. It's as if you have been taken away by something else, distracted from this moment. And this is normal, but it's also why we suffer. So when you notice that you are lost in thought, come back to the anchor. Come back to the breath, noticing it going in and out, right here. Come back. Come back to the breath. return to the breath. But notice if you're trying to concentrate on the breath or focus on the breath. This can only be sustained for so long. Rather, we have a light awareness of breathing, which includes what we feel, what we see, what we smell, what we hear. A return to the breath is a return to this moment, back to the senses, back to our life. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. There's no one to become. Simply breathing, here and now. Completely rest. Okay, you can look at the screen. You know, do you feel like there's a part of you that is on top of it sometimes? That's really good, that does everything on time, practices meditation, gets really clear and happy, ready to interact with the world. But then there's this other side of you that is lazy, frustrated, depressed, doesn't like things, negative. We got the positive and the negative side. We feel that way, don't we? Or some people like to say, we have a higher self and a lower self. There's one that is spiritual and grandiose, and then there's one that's the slum of humanity. I think that's also what the Christian Gnostics thought, is that humanity is kind of this decrepit body that needs to be shed with the light of your soul is divine and present, right? So we feel this kind of divide all the time. In fact, it's not just with our opinion of ourselves, which is what that is, but it's also with our identification. See, we only call ourselves me with the things that we have voluntary control over. When we say, I'm picking up the bell, that's me. But the heartbeat that happens by itself, that's not me. That's my heart. It does its own thing. But me, I'm walking, talking, deciding, doing this. So everything voluntary in our experience is me, and everything involuntary is kind of my body, something else. So we make this divide again. And even life. Say, I am alive. I am not dead. We say, this is life and this is death. The emptiness of death and the fullness of life. I'm over here, not over here. Even though one day I'm going to go over there. I don't want to talk about that though. Divided completely. All of those divisions are created by thinking. And you can always know if something is made up by thought if it is dual, if it has an opposite. So we say, are you good or are you bad? Are you happy or are you sad? Are you here or are you there? Are you me or are you? Are you self or are you other? Which is why a lot of people talk about the non-dual. So it's just an important thing to realize that our whole world of up and down, inside, outside, voluntary, involuntary, me, you, life, death, is thinking. That categorization is thought. If it's dual, it is thinking. Now, why is this important? Well, because there's a lot of illusions that we suffer from because of this dual thought, because of this dividing thing that we do. We don't accept ourselves as we really are. We're always in division with ourselves, fighting ourselves. We wake up in the morning. Some days we have a really productive day. We know this experience. You have a real productive day, and it's like, wow, I did so good. Now I just need to do that every single day. And there's this feeling like I can do that. But then 2 days go by and you're like, you wake up, you're real tired, you get late start to the day, and you're like, let me just scroll on YouTube. And you start scrolling on TikTok or whatever. And you're like, damn it, why did I do that? I should meditate. And you sit in meditation, like, I can't do, so then that's my lower self. It's not doing so good. I got to fight that. It's because we're not seeing the big picture. You are both. This is why Carl Jung, which I'm not an expert on, but was so adamant about accepting your shadow side. Because you're not just this one part, and you're not fighting. There's no you to fight between the two. And that division, that war, causes so much energy and fatigue. It's useless. Real change happens when we see the way things are, which is that you are not just this great person who's productive, you're also the one that can be lazy. You're one. You're not just you sitting over there and me over here. You're not just the voluntary side of your body. You are also the one beating your heart, working your endocrine system, although you don't know how you do it because it's involuntary, but it's still you. And you can extrapolate that to you are also moving the planets in the sun. Now, it's a weird thing to say, so don't take that too literally. But there's a real division that we do when thinking arises. So, which is why this practice is so important. We can see through that this dualism. When we divide ourselves inside, outside, and we're at war with ourselves. And when we just see that it's just one, it's not even one, it's non-dual. Because one implies not one. So non-dual, not two. When we see that clearly, then there's not this big war all the time. There's an acceptance that comes from, okay, that's a lazy day. Okay, that's a productive day. And when you really are able to go with that, life becomes more of a breeze, more of a not so rough, not fighting all the time. Just a simple acceptance of the way things are. Thank you for your time today. And of course, as always, I'll see you tomorrow.